much control over it. Fritz?
One of the things that's happened in the music industry is it's diversified. Everybody can have their own little band that they like. So, yeah, there has been some of that going on, like you say, Alex, where instead of having the big band, the Elvis Presley type person or Tom Dorsey band or whatever, it's diversifying in recent years. That's something that's been going on while I was down in prison.
Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of this is clearly Illuminati messages, but I've talked to some of these people now, and you hear the message about standing up against tyranny. They've lost control. That's the thing. The globalists have control, but more and more they're losing control. It's a great quandary. They're not all powerful. Randy, thank you. Jeff in New York, then Bryce, and then we're done. Jeff, go ahead.
Alex, I love you. Alex, grab a cup of coffee because I need you real quick, okay?
Okay.
Fritz, the infamous bank robber, is that right? That's a joke. I just was introduced to you recently on Alex's show, and for the listeners, go through YouTube and check out this gentleman's work. It's incredible, truly incredible. Also, I just want to throw something in real quick. Max Egan, I-G-A-N, on YouTube also. But Fritz, very nice to see you. You look great. I need your help, you guys. Listen, I want to talk to you here. What I've been doing is taking inbound sales calls for, let's say, a major gaming company, and I do that at home. Okay, so I take these inbound calls at home, and I don't know, about 10 years ago, I put some commercials that lightheartedly poked fun at George Bush back when I was still on the left-right paradigm, and ever since I've been experiencing some harassment, you would say. Well, now that I'm taking these inbound calls, it has stepped up, and it's interesting that you brought the black thing into it. It is interesting because, you know, part of what they were doing, call me N-word lover for a while. Now they're what they would do is actually, let's see, I was having a conversation with my girlfriend about how we're all turning into $10 an hour slaves. 5 minutes later, I get a call. The guy spells out his email, and it comes to You're a Laundry Room Slave 2 at yahoo.com. So my question being, you know, is this like part of do they have like minions out there? Obviously, they can see, oh, by the way, they did tell me I was fixing myself some coffee, and he said, did you put enough cream in that coffee, and hung up on an inbound.
Well, let me explain what's happening. They got algorithms that track you, that know who you are, that know when you tend to cook coffee. They've got, with these new smart meters that scan your electricity, they can tell off the algorithm on your TV, off the power fluctuation, what you're watching. That was in the San Francisco Chronicle today. And they have millions in the U.S. of people hired for Department of Defense, think tanks, consortiums, different groups, to harass, to troll. This is their army online. This is in the news. Operation Sock Puppet, Megaphone, all of that. We will watch one person with 20 different handles on my website, Infowars.com, having fake discussions about everyone agrees Alex Jones, you know, works for the Vatican or Keebler Elves or whatever, or the Illuminati or whatever. And we will watch the same person. We let them operate because we're learning about these people, but that's all admitted. And so what happens is it's just gangs of crooks that try to knock down the nail that sticks up. And there's a lot of this. This has been confirmed. This has been in the news. Fritz, your comment on it.
Yes, and once they start harassing somebody, once you're on the poop list, it doesn't seem like you come up. It's just this thing will be ongoing for years. And I know lots of people that have ongoing harassment year in, year out. And
but we call it enjoyment. The calls constantly at the house, the mail being sent to us from the harassment, the death threats. I mean, Fritz, that's a sign you're over the target.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so just enjoy it, sir. I mean, that means you did the right thing. I mean, this is a real badge of honor here. You ought to really enjoy this.
Look what's happened to Fritz, though. I mean, what an incredible story for that to happen to him, of course, and now they're calling me pedophile. Let me tell you, I actually changed location, went out west to New Mexico, ended up having tires slashed, cell phones stolen, and keys stolen out of the ignition within 24 hours. Went to Florida looking for work, same harassment. Come back up to New York, and my girlfriend's tires are slashed.
Well, you might have worked in some project, too. I've seen that with certain people that worked in things that weren't really clear what they were working in. Thank you so much, Jeff. Final caller for Fritz Springmeier, Bryce in Missouri. You're our tail gunner. Go ahead.
All right. Well, thank you for taking my call, guys. I appreciate what you're doing. Staying up this late at night. Please excuse me for my cold. I got a question, and then I want to make a comment, and then dovetail that, because I think I can answer that question about why blacks are targeted. But my question is I have a documentary shortly coming out, and I use clips from you, Ike, Alan Watt, you name it, even Springmeier. I have a clip from his book, Bloodlines of the Illuminati. So I'm wondering, A, is it okay to use those clips in the film as long as it's nonprofit? I mean, we're just talking about a YouTube video. And B, what's your take on the whole community of conspiracy theorists wanting to use each other's material? Is that
let me just stop right there. As long as you're using a small clip of something and analyzing it, it's fair use. It's whole works that are the issue. My mission is everything's out there, whatever. There's a lot of folks that fight with each other and territorially fight over information. It's better to not ask permission and ask forgiveness later than to worry. People call me and say, can I paint your website on my car? Well, number one, don't ask my permission, but yes, you've got a First Amendment right. So, Fritz, your comment on that.
Yeah, you have permission from me to use that small clip, and while I was in prison, all of my material's been pirated and put up on the internet for free anyway, and in the long run, it brought benefits to me and other people. So, that's one of the blessings of the free flow of information. As an author, I'm reluctant to allow people to print my books and sell them. I know a few people have even done that.
Sure, they alter them too. I mean, you've got to control your basic copyright for a full work, or they can manipulate it.
Right, that, and people need to take into consideration the hard work and the money and the time that goes in to produce these things, and realize that if you're stealing money from the person who's created this, that you're actually making it harder for them to continue doing what they're doing. Absolutely.
Well, Fritz, an incredible hour and 35-minute interview. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Your book, Bloodlines of the Illuminati, available at Infowars.com. If people want to contact you, what's the email?
It's SpringmeierMessages@hotmail.com. And Springmeier is spelled SPRINGMEIER, and then messages@hotmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Fritz. I know it's 12:35 where you're at, so I'm going to let you go ahead and get some sleep. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Alex. I enjoyed it.
Thank you for coming on with us. All right, Aaron Dykes is going to come up after this video, and we've already had Texe Mars, Alfred Adask, George Noory, David Icke, Mike Adams, Webster Tarpley, Dr. Katherine Albrecht, Joel Skousen. Coming up at 7 a.m., they're going to have an incredible, never-before-seen inside Skull and Bones information. 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. That's 8 Eastern a.m. I guess that'd be 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning Pacific, 6 in the morning Mountain. That's all coming up. Aaron Dykes is still in there working on that. And we've got more Alan Watts coming up, Jim Mars, Bob Chapman, of course. I'm going to go make myself lay down for about 4 or 5 hours, and they're on the floor. And then I'm going to come back here, and I'll be live, hopefully re-energized. Jesse Ventura called me, talked to him and others several times this evening. The feds have thrown out his case. All he's asked for was a day in court with his TSA groping. That's coming up. I know at midnight, 12:37 Pacific, 1:37 Mountain, 2:37 Central, 3:37 Eastern. There's a lot of folks still watching the free streams and helping these out to folks. But if you haven't donated, if you don't have the funds, do not donate. I do not want money from people that are not in a good position. But if you are in a good position, you're nuts not to give to Infowars.com at InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com. It's InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com or Infowars.com because we are the tip of the spear. There's nobody fighting the globalists as hardcore as we are. No one can doubt that. We want to hire some more people for the TV show and some more equipment and things, and it just helps us be more robust and more powerful in this fight against the globalist. We're small, but we're strong, like an ice pick going right into the New World Order's gut. So we're going to be back in the morning. I'll also play a song called International by some of the other folks in our crew. We'll do that in the morning. As long as if you're going to bed, Chris, you can remind them I'll play that song from Animal, put out by Derek Einkoff and Chris and others. That's right, Chris Elenese in there. He wants his thing plugged. It is good music. You heard Weldon Henson in here earlier. But if you haven't donated to Infowars.com via the Money Bomb, you really should. Because we're on the front line, slugging toe-to-toe with the globalists, risking our name, our treasure, our sacred honor, the whole 9 yards. And we're going to have the operators here for another 30 minutes or so. So you want to call and donate, 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. That's 888-253-3139 or InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com. And if that site's sluggish because of all the people visiting it, Infowars.com. You can find it all right there. We're going to go to a video. What do we got next coming up video-wise? Yeah, we'll do a couple minutes of music and then go to Aaron Dykes, and he will continue with your calls and a bunch of other news straight ahead. And then the premiere of the Skull and Bones special, incredible information, really shock we're even bringing you this type of incredible breaking news we've been sitting on top of like an evil chicken for about a year as we try to get it together. Horrible hen. And then we'll get to all the other guests. Paul Watson's coming up and others, so spread the word about the free video links. I'm going to punch out for a few hours and come back re-energized, and Ventura's coming up and a lot more. So stay with us. It's InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com 2011, your choice to donate to the absolute tip of the spear going right into the eye of the Cyclopsian New World Order. Stay with us.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at info